Hong Kong, an international city, bubbling with culture. It has gained the title of the gourmet paradise. Hong Kong is known for its culinary diversity and its engagement with cultures. Over the years, westernization of food has affected the local restaurants. The big chain restaurants such as McDonald's and Starbucks have saturated many areas. The food scene in Hong Kong seems to be highly praised, as there are a variety of foods that people can choose from.
I find Hong Kong has quite a good mix of not just local Chinese food, but food from all around Asia, so I do enjoy that. I think Western food here is good. I think that it's very selective and good stuff can be really pricey, versus I think you get much better Asian food.
While for others, it isn't remotely like anything they wished to happen to their restaurants.
It's really just a job and I don't really mind running the store. Before, there weren't a lot of Westerners eating here. But nowadays, there's definitely an increase in number. Since many of them live around Tai Hang, so we're used to it.
Some might even believe Hong Kong is slowly losing its cultural identity since the introduction of chain stores and Western cafes.
There are definitely lots of Western restaurants now. Before, this area mostly involved garages or congee shops like ours, our local style cafes. So now, Tai Hang has become a popular dining spot with mostly Western style restaurants and not many local restaurants.
There are many different opinions as to how the culture in Hong Kong is changing.
A lot of people from different countries come to Hong Kong and they like a little bit of taste of their home. So let's say they come down here to this European bakery. They like to taste whatever they've tasted in, let's say, France or something like that. So if you make something authentic and with high quality in Hong Kong, then for sure it's gonna make this a multinational place.
Well, Hong Kong is one of the most interesting food scenes because of its Cantonese cuisine, but also because of its diversity that the city has to offer. So, well, I'm here almost 10 years and I have seen considerable changes, well, of course, with Hong Kong going very strongly economically, there's of course a huge increase of the amount of restaurants, and you can see that there's almost an opening every 2 days of a restaurant. So I think Hong Kong is one of the very best food cities. Well, because we have 2 Michelin stars in the Michelin Guide, and we are one of the 50 best restaurants in the world. So that brings us a very interesting mix of tourists and of course local guests. And you know, you have seen that particularly with the international accolades that there's a lot of international interest in coming to our restaurants. So we're doing very solid business, yeah. Of course, it's getting more and more difficult because the most difficult part of running a restaurant in Hong Kong are the rents and the uncertainty around rents. So rents can, after the lease is terminated, the rents can go up to 50%. So that becomes very difficult for independent restaurant operators. So of course we feel we need the independent restaurateur in Hong Kong. We cannot only be depending on big chains and hotel restaurants. I think that Hong Kong has always had a very broad spectrum of restaurants, and I think it has to do with the love that the Hong Kong people have for food and the curiosity they have towards food. So I think there's always been a need of a broad spectrum of restaurants. You can find the very best Indian food, you can find the very best Dutch food, or the very best Italian or French food. So that spectrum is part of being a very established culinary food city. So I think it's very important, and I think Hong Kong today has an exciting spread of restaurants.
With Hong Kong as Asia's business hub, it attracts both tourists for the traditional flavour of Hong Kong and to experience a broad range of Western cuisine. Both Western and local diners contribute to help Hong Kong maintain the label of the world's fair of food.